challenge. So happy that you're here. Welcome to day 3. All right, let's get to it. I'm really thirsty, so I'm going to pause, drink some water. If you have not, hold on, let me see if I like this angle. I don't think I do. Hold on, we're going to have to adjust. Give me 1 sec. If you have not taken a before and after photo of your splits, please do that, okay? Because we're not going to be able to see the progress that you've made if you don't take a before and after photo. Okay, I think you guys can see. That's perfect. All right, so awesome. Let me just make sure that I can see us live here. Make sure that you're drinking lots of water. How are you enjoying the split challenge so far? Is anything coming up for you? I know that a lot of times by doing hip openers and just moving all the energy that can constantly be stagnating in the hips, it brings up a lot of emotions, a lot of extra energy. And so with that clearing of energy, when you clear energetic space, there creates more space, more room for like new, fresh energy to come in. So there might be some really fun, exciting things that may start to enter your life here very soon. All right, awesome. Let's jump right in. I accidentally forgot to charge my other phone that helps me stay on track with the time. So we're just going to jump in and it'll be charged and then we'll be able to do some split stuff and it'll be all good. All right, so go ahead and meet me at the top of your mat. Sorry, I've been just running errands all day and I need to drink water. I know I talked about it yesterday, how hydration is key and flexibility, especially if you want to focus on your splits and things, because our muscles, our ligaments, our joints, our tendons, they're all like a sponge, right? So remember to focus on your hydration. Meet me at the front of your mat. Let's go ahead and bring your feet together. Open those toes nice and wide like we've been talking about. Let's fully arrive here. Come to this now present moment, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching at home on your own time. If anything else in your day is coming to your mind, I want you to just take a deep breath in with me. And on the exhale, just let all of that go. Let's bring our hands to heart center, and I want you to draw the energy from the center of the earth all the way up to the crown of the head. We're going to take another deep inhale together, fill the lungs. Big exhale, sigh it out. And one more time, breathing in nice and deep. Big exhale. Release that breath. Good. We're going to start with 3 sun salutations. So on the next big breath in, reach the arms out and up, gaze up. Exhale, fold, hinging at the hips. I don't think I need to keep telling you at this point what direction your pelvis and your hips need to be facing. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Step back. Shift your weight forward and backward in this high plank for just a moment. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and lower all the way to the ground. Inhale, lifting up, back bend. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And this may be your first down dog of the day. So give yourself permission to move as much as you need to, maybe rocking your hips side to side. Remembering to really ground in the hands and the fingers and the toes, draw that energy up the legs. And I don't know if you saw that there, but I just activated my inner arches. I talk about my inner arches a lot because for me personally, I know that's like an area of weakness where I constantly have my feet turning like inward. You see what I'm saying? And I have to activate them to push them up. Everyone's going to have their own little things that they'll notice. Some people hyperextend their knees and they need to be reminded to just gently bend them, keep the energy strong. You start to learn your body. You get to learn where you need to focus over time. All right, look between the hands. We're going to go ahead and walk up. If you want to make it harder, try not to bend your knees. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. On the next breath in, we're going to reach the arms out and up. I'm going to put my hair up while we do that. And then exhaling, hands to heart center. Good job. Do that again. Big breath. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, fold. This is a good time to start activating your Ujjayi breath here. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant hands, step back, roll down. And by that Ujjayi breath, I mean that audible sound of the ocean in the back of the throat. You can hear each inhale and each exhale. On the next breath in, lift up high on the toes. Big exhale, drop those heels down. Even if they don't touch, just send the energy back and down. Good. One more time, big breath in, lift up high. Big exhale, drop those heels. One more time, big breath. Big exhale. On the next breath in, look forward, hop, step, or walk. I'm going to walk, and if you want to make it harder, like I said, try not to bend your knees. Good. Next, big breath. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Then exhale, fold. And the next breath in, reaching our arms out and up. And exhaling, hands by your sides. I want you to go ahead and we're going to take a quick pause here. I want you to just wiggle your arms out. And I want you to rub your hands up and down your arms a bit. And we're going to rub our hands up and down our belly and our back. And I want you to really rub your legs. This is the main thing that we're going to do right now. And I want you to take your hands down the back of your ankles, and I want you to bring them up and rub the back of your legs, go back of your knees, go up the back of your thighs, like you're waking up your hamstrings and you're waking up your legs and you're waking up your hips. Make some circles around your hips. You probably think, Ryan, what are we doing right now? But it's scientifically proven that we can actually fire the neurons in our brain by touching the part of the body, right? So it's like a computer, like it's like firing from the brain to the body and the body to the brain. But when we start like saying like, hey, we're going to touch this area, it sends the signal from the leg to the brain that's like, okay, now we're like connected. So we're like going to connect the signal off rip. And then we're going to do the stretches and we're going to already have that signal already connected. So this is a trick that you can do in any type of yoga or stretching or whenever you're about to play any sport or anything physical. Like, let's just say you're about to do a handstand, like rub your shoulders, be like, okay, good morning, shoulders. We're here. You can tap on them. You can do little gentle like pulses and stuff. And this is why like dry brushing works, right? We start telling the brain to connect to the body. And then we start to really be intentional when we move with the body and we're already like locked in. So cute little treat, like cheat code / trick that you can do. All right, let's do our last sun salutation and see if it feels any different now that we've rubbed all on the legs, rubbed all on the hamstrings, and we've kind of fired those neurons off. So feet together, big breath, draw that energy up, inhale, exhale, fold, inhale, lift up halfway, exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back, good, shift your weight forward, come down in any shape that you'd like, inhale, upward facing dog. And you can gaze up. I'm looking down because if I look up, then you can't hear me through the mic on my chest. And exhale, down dog. Good. 5 breaths. Now ask yourself, does this down dog feel any different? Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. While you're here, go ahead and shake your head no. Release any tension in the neck. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no again. And shake your head yes again. Good. Go ahead and look forward in between the hands. We're going to hop, step, or walk up to the front of the mat. I'm going to walk because that makes it more challenging. And we're going to go ahead and turn the toes outward, bend the knees, squat down, yogi squat. And I know you're probably thinking like, Ryan, you can get a little more creative in our warm-ups. But in the last time I launched the 30-day split challenge, I had us do the same warm-up for like the first week. And I think it's really helpful to like really ground in the foundation and learn these poses and learn how it feels in our body when we're doing the same thing over and over again every day. So we're not going to do this every single day, but for the first week, we really are going to focus on our yogi squat, our forward fold, our sun salutations. And I don't have to keep telling you every single cue every time because you are learning. Okay, you're growing and you're understanding what your body and your shapes are that you're making in these poses, how it feels, and you're going to see your progress over time by doing something that's very similar. So I know you're sitting up nice and tall. You're pressing your palms to your chest and your elbows into your knees. On the next inhale, breathe in nice and tall, big breath. And then on the exhale, we're going to turn the toes forward, meet in a forward fold. This is also a really good way to get your legs nice and warm for what we're going to do after this. Coming on back into Malasana, yogi squat. And then we're going to go back into a forward fold. Notice how I always turn my toes in this forward fold forward, and then I turn my toes to the side and we go into the yogi squat. So take a couple rounds like this on your own, moving with your own breathing, moving with your own body. Maybe you shift your weight forwards and backwards when you get into that forward fold. Maybe you notice that your weight is all the way at your heels and you want to bring it more center or a little more forward. Just play around with that. And we'll do about 3 more. Are you still keeping that breath steady, intentional, slow and deep? Last one, come into the yogi squat. Good. Plant your hands. We're going to meet in a downward facing dog. I like to shift my weight forward and then just step back. Good. When you get there, lift up high in the toes, big breath together. And on the big exhale, drop those heels. Send that energy down into the ground. Good. We're going to place both of our feet together at the back of the mat. Take your right leg up and back. Bend that knee. Open the hip. Stretch. And keep your shoulders very square to the front of the mat here. We're going to make some hip circles. And if this is too much on you, you can always come down to your knee to do this. But we're going to make some hip circles going one direction. And then go ahead and switch other way. Take that leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog, big breath here. And then on the exhale, we're going to take that knee to our nose, hug that knee in as tight as you can, engage your core, shift your weight forward, big breath. And then on the exhale, come back into the 3-legged dog. Again, we're going to take that core plank, knee to nose, take it in, hold, hold, hold. And then, yes, release, 3-legged dog. Last one, big breath. Exhaling, knee to nose. Good. This time we're going to drop the knee and we're going to move into a pigeon pose. So what I like to do, there's 2 variations for pigeon. And I'm actually just going to turn to the other side so that you can see what my legs are doing. But when I get into a pigeon pose, you can kind of keep your toe facing like this direction. I kind of call it like a 45-degree angle almost. And you want to have your weight even on both hips. So if you find your weight falling to one side or the other, really work on finding that stability between both of your hips. I personally have a tendency to lean on my right side. This is my right leg, right? And so you're going to have to really work at coming to center. The other thing you want to keep in mind is your back foot. Is your leg turning inward or are you straight on? Are your toes like turning and your knee bent? Or is this like a very straight line coming from your foot all the way to your hip? And when you get here, is that weight evenly distributed between both hips, right? There's this variation of pigeon. And if you're here, you might have to put hands on blocks or anything like that. That's okay. If this is really hard for you, some people even put a block under their glute on the right side. So just really adjust and do whatever's going to feel good for you. This is one variation of pigeon, the more easily accessible version. And then there's the one where you have your foot at a 90-degree angle. It's really challenging for me even to do. And then it's the same thing. But for now, I highly recommend just putting your leg in a position that feels comfortable. And if this is like not accessible for you at all, you can definitely move into a seated pigeon like we did yesterday. So once you get into your pigeon pose, this is a reclined pigeon. Once you get into your version of pigeon pose, I want you to just sit there and breathe. I'm going to go back to facing this way. And I'm going to show you, this is the variation with the block underneath. If you have less mobility, you need some more space. Yeah. And we're going to sit in this pose for a couple breaths. So get comfy and cozy here. My old roommate used to tell me life is like pigeon pose. Okay, because there's a really clear definition between pain and discomfort. And if it's painful, then definitely back out. But if you're just uncomfortable, that's what pigeon is, right? Breathe through it. Breathe through the discomfort. Be present. Be here. And it'll be over soon. If you want to fold all the way down, you can fold. You know, it says we got a couple people watching. Hi. Hi to all of you who are live. You know, you can comment and say hello if you want to. You don't have to be a creeper, but we love creepers anyways. That's cool. Happy to see you. Happy you're here. Keep that breath nice and steady. What is coming up in your mind right now? Any thoughts? Any worries? Anything that exists outside of this time and space on your mat right now? I want you to just breathe it in with the next big inhale. And just let it go on the next exhale. Like you're sitting on a park bench, listening to the cars driving by. Good. On the next breath, we're going to go ahead and come up. Gently plant the hands. Tuck the back toe. We're going to move into a three-legged dog, and we're going to shake that leg out. Just give it a shake. Yeah. You want to take a vinyasa or a child's pose or any other shape that feels good for you. You can even out those hips. And then we're going to do the other side. So go ahead and take that left leg up and back. Big breath. And then we're going to make some circles. Trying to keep those shoulders square to the front of the mat. And by that, I mean don't let them splay open. We're trying to keep them nice and square so that all that movement is coming directly from the hip. Yeah. Go ahead and switch directions if you're going one way. Good. Big breath. Inhale. Three-legged dog, and then exhale. Core plank, knee to nose. Hug that leg in nice and tight. Big breath in. Come up. Exhale. Knee to nose. Awesome. Last one. Big breath. Exhale. Knee to nose. Core plank. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. You got it. Go ahead and drop that leg. And now we're moving into pigeon on the other side. And notice how I kind of like pull my weight back with this foot. Once you get there, go ahead and ask yourself, am I leaned too far to the left? Am I leaned too far to the right? Check out your back leg. See if it's doing anything crazy or if it's straight on. Take your gaze forward and up. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed in the hips. If you need to use any props or a block, go ahead and use those now. And then once you've found your pose, find stillness. Maybe you come down to your forearms. Once you've found stillness, find your breath. Reminding yourself to stay present here. Sending each inhale and exhale to those hips. Remember that you are worth showing up for. You are so worth showing up for. And by showing up for yourself, how you are, I know we're only 3 days in, but this is 3 days more than everyone else, okay? There's no competition. It's really just me against myself and you against yourself. But when you show yourself that you are worth showing up for and you show up for you, everyone else starts seeing that you are so worth showing up for. And then the right people will want to start showing up for you too. Two more breaths. Whenever you're ready, just go ahead and plant your hands. Meet me in a three-legged dog. Stretch it out, shake it out. And we're going to just drop our knees, come to sit. Let's take a breather. Oh yeah, let's stretch these ankles out. And then I really want us to start getting into our splits a little bit. So we're going to do a half split just for the next couple of days. If you have a deeper split than this, then you can go ahead and work on your full split. But I'm going to start with a half split for everybody who's new and really wants to get their split and is committed to the end game and just wants to take it slow and steady, because slow and steady does win the race. Okay, so we're going to take our left leg forward. We're going to do what we did yesterday or the day before that. We're going to kind of go back and forth between this like runner's lunge pose and this Ardha Hanuman. So half monkey, half split. And when I'm coming here into this runner's lunge, I'm really feeling this stretch here. I'm dipping my hips low. I'm keeping my hips nice and square. And then when I'm moving into this half split, I'm drawing these toes towards my face. I'm making sure that my tailbone is still facing upward, because what happens when I round? That's right. We shorten the hamstring. So we want to keep that hamstring nice and long. We're keeping this foot flexed towards the face. We're going to do just a couple more rounds like this, kind of just doing the opening here. 3, 2, 1. And then just hang out in this half split. My phone should be charged enough now. Hee hee. and we'll hang here for like 30 seconds. By the end of this, I really want us to be able to hold like 2 minutes. And if you need to use blocks, please utilize your resources, okay? It's better that you have proper form and that you're getting that real stretch here than like, you know, there's no prize, there's no cookie for getting further into a fold. Like, you win when you're safe, and you win when 30 days later you have a whole split, right? All right, go ahead and release, and we're gonna switch legs. All right, maybe do some hip circles really quickly. One direction, the other direction. All right, let's get into that half split. So drop those hips, gaze up, runner's lunge, exhale, coming on back into the half monkey, half split, and just do a couple of these on your own like we did on the other side. I also just want to say I'm so grateful that you're practicing with me, that you're allowing me to guide you in this split challenge. I'm so excited to see your transformation and your before and after. Okay, let me get my brain back. We're going to stay present. We're not done yet. Okay, 3 more. You know, even me, like my brain definitely wanders in yoga class, and it's a practice of being fully present, keeping your head and your feet in the same place, staying on your mat for the duration of the practice. Go ahead and bring yourself into the half split now. If you're a full split person and you wanted to do that, this would be your time. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. But it's a practice, right? Being present is a practice. Staying here is a practice. It's a journey. And when you do it every day on your yoga mat, you'll start finding yourself doing it more easily in your daily life. So I'm just really, really grateful, and I'm really proud of you for showing up for yourself. Woohoo. We did that. Okay, we're going to do one more thing because I do want us to get some splits training. Let's go ahead and meet in butterfly pose. Open your feet like a book. Maybe give yourself a foot massage and go ahead and let those butterfly wings flap. We're going to do a frog, and we'll end with that today. And just like pigeon, life is like frog pose. Can you stay present here? Can you breathe into the discomfort? Can you really just like honor yourself and honor the moment and be in it? Okay, so we're going to move into frog, and we're going to hold it for 1 minute because I know you can do it. And that's it. Okay, you ready? Now we want to keep our feet at a 90-degree angle with our ankles and our knees, and our knees and our hips, right? It's like this. See that? 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree. So you've got your feet flexed, your knees and your ankles and everything. Like you're taking your body, and imagine that you're pressing the ground away or you're pressing into the ground. And if you need like some blocks, feel free to use blocks. If you don't have that much mobility and you want to be able to prop your head on something, you can put your elbows down and keep your chin on your hands if you want to. But we're going to start our minute now. And I really want you to breathe. Reactivate that Ujjayi breath. Remind yourself how capable you are, that you can do hard things. We're more than halfway. Take a nice big inhale, fill up the lungs. And a nice long exhale, let the breath go. Whenever you're ready, just shift your weight forward. You can bring your legs in gently, maybe bend the knees, rock them side to side. So the pigeon is not the pigeon. The frog is basically like a prereq for the straddle split, and the half split is like a stepping stone towards the full split. Okay, let's go ahead and sit comfortably. Bring your hands to heart center. I've already said I'm so grateful for you, but I'm seriously so fucking grateful for you. I'm proud of you. You are so worth showing up for. So keep on showing up for yourself. You got this. Stay hydrated. Be gentle on yourself. Journal out anything that's coming up for you in your life, whether it's related to your splits or your flexibility and your confidence or not. Remember that moving this energy through your hips and opening yourself up like this can bring up a lot of emotions. So be really gentle and be really kind, and give yourself the time and the space to work through anything that's coming up for you. I'm so proud of you. You fucking got this. And I can't wait to do more splits with you very soon. Light within me, honors, loves, and respects. Light within you. Namaste. Okay. Reminders. Blocks are cool, especially if you can't touch the ground. I want you to have good form and I want you to be safe. Straps are cool if you have a yoga strap. Those are not really that important though, because you can kind of use anything. Something that we're going to use in a couple of days, not tomorrow, not the next, I think it'll be like day 7 or 8, is a foam roller. So if you don't have a foam roller, borrow someone's foam roller or go to Five Below and grab a foam roller. Let me show you. This one's from like Five Below. Okay, it's kind of cheapy, but that's okay, right? Because we're not only going to be stretching and strengthening the hips, we're going to be foam rolling the hips in a couple of days on our like more active rest day. So just keep that in mind. You've still got a couple of days until that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm so proud of you. And if you really want to go deep, maybe think about like writing this down. Like, I am so worth showing up for. I'm so worth showing up for. Write that down as an affirmation. Say it 3 times in the morning and at night. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Put it in the dashboard of your car. And see how much change in your life after you start to really feel it and believe it. Okay, I love you. I care about you. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to do your splits calendar. I want to see your split streak. Tag me on IG, Pakaloki Yoga, or you can just tag my my other Instagram, official Ryan Amber, whatever. Yeah, invite your friends. This is like an at your own pace thing. So even if they started like 3 days late, they can still join us and do it at their own pace. Okay? I love you. I care about you. And I'll see you tomorrow.